Okay, I guess from an economic perspective, our unemployment is very low. It seems like one of the biggest frustrations this administration is currently expressing is that all of Mexico is stealing our ability to manufacture things. So I don't know why we would kick out all of the workers back to Mexico to go steal our manufacturing abilities. I don't know why we wouldn't just welcome more people into the United States and do stuff here.
Okay, I guess my answer to that would be I don't think we have a shortage of foreign-born Americans in this country already, and I don't think we have a shortage of Americans that are looking for work in these different fields.
In this video, Destiny goes off on these delusional conservatives on this live debate stage. So this whole thing kicks off with Destiny just straight up calling the contradiction. Like, this dude is mad that Mexico's stealing manufacturing jobs, but also think we should kick out the people working those jobs here? It's wild. Destiny's response is just super direct though. If we're so worried about losing labor, why wouldn't we bring more people in, not push them out? And the conservative response is just basically, we already have enough people, which Destiny just immediately shuts down with actual data. You can tell he's done having the same tired conversation. He's making the case with numbers, logic, and just basic reality, and leaves these other conservatives just scrambling to respond. So make sure to watch to the end to see how Destiny goes off on these delusional conservatives on this live debate stage.
Especially like in tech and like what we use the HB1 visas for. I'd say that it's time to, I'm an immigrant myself, I'm first generation, and I'm all for people coming and bringing something and adding something to the country, but I feel like we're on this point where a lot of people are coming just to get everything that they can out of the country without contributing much to it. So I'd say it's time to focus on the people already here.
I totally and completely disagree with every factual part of that. I think that nobody comes to the United States for our welfare state here. It just doesn't really exist. Even the illegal immigrants that we have here are working. I mean, like, every economic indicator, whether you want to look at the U3 or the U6 or labor force participation, shows that we are super hungry for workers here. I think if you go down literally any street, you'll see every restaurant, you'll see every construction site, you'll see tech in San Francisco begging for workers. The idea that the United States can't employ people that are coming here just is a total myth. I understand that there are parts of Europe that have this issue, but for some reason we like to pretend it's the same. But I think in the United States, we can utilize a ton of extra labor here. And I don't see any reason why we can't take care of the people that we have here, especially when one of our big problems is shoring up our Medicare while bringing in other younger people to work and help alleviate those issues.
Okay, what was the point you said before that? Sorry, that was a lot.
I think that we're so hungry for labor in the U.S.
Oh, okay, sure. So I don't think that I'm not saying it's a myth that we can't employ foreign-born workers. I'm saying that a lot of the reasons, like this debate with the HB1, what they're doing is that they're hiring people at much cheaper rates than they would hire Americans for. And I understand there's economic incentive for that. But I'm not saying that we can't, like it's a myth that we can't hire these people. I'm saying it would be better if we were to hire our own and then pay them a living wage.
I understand that, but we already are. I mean, like, you can check out the Bureau of Labor Statistics. If you look at, like, computer science people, the unemployment between these people is like 1.9%. It is unbelievably low. It's one of the lowest unemployment sectors in the entire economy. I think we are super hungry for H-1B workers, especially like educated workers. I don't know why you would push talent out of the United States instead of welcoming them here, because if they're going to work anywhere, why would we not have them work in the United States?
Yeah, I don't disagree with that if it's like actual talent, for sure. I just feel like that is used by corporations and employers in semi-insidious ways that end up screwing the populations already here.
So the guy tries to throw out the "I'm an immigrant myself" line like it's some kind of immunity card. Like, just because he made it in, he now gets to gatekeep who deserves to come next. It's the most tired, played out move in the book. And the follow up is even worse. He says people are coming here just to get everything they can without giving anything back. Straight up fear mongering nonsense with zero proof. It's like he wants to sound thoughtful, but all he's doing is repeating right wing bumper stickers. And Destiny just doesn't let it slide for a second. He hits back hard here. No theatrics, no fake outrage, just straight facts and experience. He's like, bro, no one's risking their life to come here for food stamps. They're working. And not just some of them. Pretty much all of them are. Whether it's restaurants, farms, construction, or tech, there's a demand for labor everywhere. The idea that we're too full or already have enough people is just made up garbage. Destiny even brings up Medicare. Like, yo, our population is aging out and we need younger workers to keep that system from collapsing. And the guy doesn't even have a response. He just stumbles and tries to walk it back like, well, I mean, yeah, if it's actual talent. But it's already cooked. Destiny already made the point. We're not in a position to be turning away more skilled workers, or any workers at all, in fact, when the whole country is begging for labor.
I want you to write down the best reason you have for standing on that mat. And don't let anybody see. What is your best reason you have for standing on that mat? I want you to guess what is the reason he has written on the board.
I believe he has statistics as to why we need more people from out of the country and that we don't have enough people here to suffice the needs of the United States.
In one sentence, what is it?
Statistics showing an argument versus what I'm saying, period.
Is that correct? Statistics showing an
Yeah,
argument?
basically.
Okay, you
Low
got it.
unemployment, yeah.
You guessed it. Okay. Now, why is he standing on the absolutely disagree?
I'm going to guess it has something to do with the cultural aspect of Americans and not bringing in too much foreign culture.
Is that correct? Don't show him yes or no.
No, way off.
Okay. Guess again.
Then domestic labor needs more opportunity to work here. We should be manufacturing things with American workers.
Is that correct?
Well, we have enough people here.
We have enough people here. Okay, I'll grab this. Explain to him your reason.
Well, are we lacking people in the United States, that we don't have enough people to just suffice our needs and solve our own issues?
Yeah,
Right, we do.
we're lacking
No, what are we lacking?
more people. Labor is one of your most important economic inputs. Why not have more workers?
But we have enough workers. We have
Enough for
people.
what?
We have a population of how many people? You would know this.
Well, like 336 million people or something?
Okay, so is 336 million people not enough to suffice our problems?
Well, you can always have more, no?
Why would you have more if you have enough?
How much money do you have in your bank account? Would you want more?
What I have in my bank account has nothing to do with the reality that we have enough people in the United States to suffice our needs.
How do you define enough?
Look around.
Okay, I looked around, there's not enough.
Okay, how do you determine there's not enough?
Unemployment is below 5%
Okay, so why is unemployment at below 5%?
because you don't have enough people in our workforce to employ.
No, those are statistics that we don't know truly what, and we obviously have enough people.
How do we
Now-
obviously have enough if we can't trust the statistics?
Well, listen, statistics have a very narrow view of something that's far more deeper than that. If we have enough people that are, if we remove the illegals, first of all, if we get rid of people that are here against the law, which our country has created laws for reasons, we will finally know the actual answer to this, because then we have to fill those jobs, won't we?
Yeah, and then our unemployment would be even worse. It would go even lower.
We don't have a crystal ball. We'll have to find out now
Well, I
that Trump
imagine
is
if you
doing the right thing.
remove people and you fill more people into jobs, and the unemployment would go even lower, right? We would get to like 1% or less or something, right?
Well, exactly what would happen once we get rid of the illegals.
So this guy really thought he's about to make some profound argument by just repeating we have enough people like it's some magic spell. Destiny gives him every chance to clarify, even tries to get him to define what enough actually means here. And every single time Destiny pushes for a real answer, using unemployment rates, labor gaps, basic economic logic, the guy just either dodges or shifts into rant mode about illegals. What's wild is Destiny just lays out the simplest analogy. Do you want more money in your bank account? And the guy just freezes. Because yeah, the logic's airtight. If more labor helps the economy grow, why would you stop at enough? But instead of answering, he just pivots into some vague rant about how statistics can't be trusted. Like, bro sounds like he skimmed one Telegram group chat and built an entire worldview from it. Then it really goes off the rails. He says we won't know the truth until we remove the illegals first. Like that's somehow gonna unlock some hidden job market clarity. Destiny just calmly points out what would actually happen. Unemployment would drop even lower, because now you'd have to urgently fill those gaps. But the guy's too far gone. By the end, he's not even arguing at this point. He's just cycling through vibes and hoping one of them sticks.
So how in your mind do you decide if there are enough people here or not?
Well, we'll find out once we do the right thing. First of all, go against anything that's illegal. right? We have laws in place for a reason.
That would mean removing Trump from office, so let's not get too far ahead of ourselves.
How is Trump illegal in the office?
What I'm just
Okay, we'll
curious, how do we
keep it to
decide?
this.
How do we decide? The problem I have with this is that we have a lot of numbers that tell us information about the health of the economy. It seems like having more workers is generally good as long as unemployment isn't too high or wages aren't being pushed too low. And it seems like every sector is really hungry for extra labor. You've got tech asking for H-1B workers. You've got agriculture that are worried that illegals are going to be kicked out of the country. They won't have a workforce. There are so many sectors that are hungry for workers. Why would we not
Isn't it
allow
a
more?
mystery that we've had statistics for how long in this country, yet nothing's gone right?
I think a lot of things have gone right. I think we're in a wonderful country right now. I think we got how many immigrated people here?
We have
We've
Trump
got,
in the office. That's great, right?
no, we're not perfect, but
Well, we're solving a problem. Let's keep it simple.
Okay.
We have illegals in the country. Let's get rid of the illegals and then see what actually
wouldn't
transpires.
the easiest way to get rid of every illegal in this country be to create a path to citizenship for the people here?
But
or at
there
least
are,
a
there
path
are
to
paths to citizenship. Absolutely.
realistic ones that don't have a 25-year wait list.
25-year wait list. I don't know anyone that's waited 25 years to get legally here in the United States.
Anybody from Mexico that doesn't win an immigration lottery or doesn't have a family member here it's like a 20-year plus wait list.
No, listen. Whatever it takes to become legal, there are laws in place for a reason. If you want to change the laws, you're welcome to do so.
Okay, I'll meet you halfway then. I would agree that we should substantially reduce the amount of illegals here if we made it substantially easier and cut dramatically the wait time to legally immigrate into this country.
Well, Trump's all about eliminating bureaucracy and wait times.
Would
Absolutely.
you agree with that then?
Well,
Would dramatically increasing the
I
amount of
couldn't
legal
tell you 'cause
immigration?
I'm not educated enough to know what the solution would be.
Well, I didn't ask. I'm just curious, just on a
And
vibes basis. Would
and
you,
then we'll
yeah.
end this. All right, hold on. Then we'll end.
Yeah. So let's say right now we could snap our fingers and it would work in a way that wouldn't be catastrophic. Would you be okay with dramatically increasing the amount of legal immigration coming to this country, assuming they were coming for jobs, they weren't coming for welfare, they weren't criminals or rapists or any of that stuff? Would you be in favor of that?
No.
Okay.
Destiny literally gave this guy every out. He walked him through the numbers, offered compromise, even painted a scenario where everything worked perfectly. No chaos, no welfare panic, no criminals, just legal immigration done right. And the answer was still no. At that point, it's not even about policy or law. It's just his bias. Plain and simple. The guy couldn't even commit to supporting a solution that fixed every complaint he just made. Because once Destiny stripped away the excuses, what was left? Nothing. Just a stubborn refusal to engage with reality. And when someone refuses logic, dodges facts, and rejects their own standards for a solution, you're not even debating policy. You're just exposing the bias they were trying to dress up as belief. And speaking of bias, are you getting tired of getting news from biased news sources? One outlet says one thing and another says the complete opposite? How are you supposed to know what's actually true? That's where ground news comes in. It lets you compare how different media outlets, whether it's left, right, or center, are covering the same story. So you can see the full picture instead of just the echo chamber. And here's the best part. Click the link in the description and get a 40% off the Vantage tier, which gives you even deeper insights in media bias and political trends. So stay informed, think for yourself, and check out ground news in the description down below.